the necessary solution for the Holocaust and explain the Balfour Declaration issued by Arthur Balfour, signing a letter to the Rothschilds, Lionel Rothschild, basically promising Palestine to Israel. And then Resolution 181 happens in 1947 on 11/29. The British mandate ends, and they basically hand over Palestine to the UN. The UN establishes Resolution 181 on 11/29 of 1947. That's the 333rd day of the year, like 111 times 3 equaling 333. The days of the dead are on 11/1 and 11/2. The Balfour Declaration was issued on 11/2. Sorry, it's a little dark in here. So, what am I trying to tell you? That from the Indian Removal Act of 1830 on 5/28, signed into law by a Grand Master Mason, Andrew Jackson, President of the United States, from that day to 11/29 of 1947, Resolution 181, basically giving right to colonize Palestine, splitting Palestine into two states, creating Israel. That was in from the Indian Removal Act of 1830 on 5/28 to Resolution 181. Resolution 181 on 11/29 of 1947 equals 1410 months. Now, that Resolution 181 was endorsed by Harry Truman, the other only two Grand Master Masons that were presidents. So both these gentlemen both these guys were related to King John, who signed the Magna Carta with Anglo-Saxon rights and wasp parasite shit for the ink. So who knows what these people were even up to back then. So the fact that from the Indian Removal Act of 1830 on 5/28, signed by a Grand Master Mason, to the Resolution 181, established on 11/29 of 1947, endorsed by another Grand Master Mason, that equaling 1410 weeks, or 1410 months, excuse me. There's 37 degrees in Freemasonry, right? 370 minutes equals 610 in time. There's 61 circles in the flower of life. That thing that has all the creation and life that's literally laser etched into the Osirian temple of the pyramids. 61 minutes equals 101, when 101 minutes equals 141 in time. So now you see that the cycles that these people are playing with here. What's the big deal about 141? Well, remember the Indian Removal Act of 1830 on 5/28, and how that connects with the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 and Resolution 181, when 1830 in time equals 18.5 hours equaling 1110 minutes, like the days of the dead on 11/1. And 1830 also converts to 630 in time, when the date 630 equals 181 days. So this is about the Order of the Jesuits, the Roman Catholic priests that were sent after the encomienda. Comienda means dinner, like supper, like the Last Supper. The dimensions of the Last Supper is 181 inches by 346 inches. And it was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. I think that he knew some shit. So, from that Indian Removal Act, 1830 minutes equaling 111 in time, 1110 minutes in time. I started to get a little too pumped up there. Oh yeah. So 141, that's the number that's separating the Indian Removal Act and the Resolution 181, right? Indian Removal Act of 1830. So 141, that's the 141st prime is 811. The date 811 equals 223 days, mirroring 322, your skull and bones fraternity, they worship that number 322. So 811 equals 1331 in time, which converts to 131 in time. The day of the Lemuria on 511, 181, that equals 131 days. So if you go through my work and my video shorts, you'll see how 1331 and 131 equal 181. I'm not going to get into that right now, but so 1129 plus 181 equals 1310, and 131 equals 181. So 811 equals 1331, equaling 131. It equals the date 811 equals 223 days, mirroring 322. Now, from 141 in time to 811 in time equals 630 in time, which if you go another revolution of adding 12 hours around the clock, it also equals 1830 in time, equaling 1110 minutes, equaling 18.5 hours, like the Indian Removal Act of 1830, like the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, like the Days of the Dead on 11/1. See what I'm saying? So, for that number to separate the Indian Removal Act of 1830 on 5/28 to the Resolution 181 on 11/29 of 1947, equaling 1410 months, and both those, the Andrew Jackson issuing or signing the Indian Removal Act of 1830, and the other Grand Master Mason, Harry Truman, endorsing it on 4/14. The narrative that they write for us and tell us, I think, is all a bunch of bullshit, and they've tapped it. We're in this like spiritual frequency war where basically the story of Romo slaying his twin brother Remo in 44 BC, just like the March of Ides in 315, being in 44 BC when Caesar is assassinated. Romo slays his twin brother Remo. The etymology of Ro means man. The etymology of Mo means more. More man slays more Re. Re is the note D. It's the note. It's the solfeggio tone. Re. It equals 9 hertz. It's the 9th note, just like the feminine. 432 hertz is the digital root of 432 hertz equals 9 hertz. 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals 9 hertz. So, in essence, Romo 440 hertz slays 432 hertz. That's why this shit happens in 444 BC, because the Roman Republic falls, Remo gets slayed, Re falls, Re gets slayed, and the Roman Empire. If you just look at the capital E, you can flip it on its side, and it's an M, and they're both square shaped. The M is basically it's the empire. And 440 hertz Nazi science has been running the narrative ever since. We've been just letting this war mongering architect just control shit, and I'm over the song. Let's change the station, right? Have a good night.